Hi guys, my name's Jeanette. I am recording this video for discussion number 3. And the 3 things that I learned from reading assessing English language learners in the content area is number 1, when a child is being assessed, he or she needs to be assessed on their knowledge of the topic and not of their English proficiency. For example, if a child might understand the subject in question but not have the correct answers as their English is limited, but it doesn't mean that he or she does not know what is being asked. They're just limited in language and they don't know how to explain what they're being asked. Number 2, another thing that I learned was that there are multiple ways for a teacher to assess students, especially ELL students, besides just written exams, and modifications can be made to accommodate children with who need the assistance. For example, children can role play, they can draw pictures, or even give verbal explanations in their home language, which they might be more comfortable with. And number 3, I also learned that accommodations and scaffolding during assessments are essential strategies that can help children. Just the little things such as having access to a dictionary or allowing them to have extra time, even practicing the vocabulary that they might come across in the assessment will help them. Question number 2, how can I apply this knowledge as a preschool teacher? As a preschool teacher, I will make sure to assess students on the content and not on their English proficiency. With that said, like I said earlier, I might ask an ELL student to point to a circle instead of asking them to say circle. That way I know they know what a circle is. Also, I will do a lot of my assessments assessing informally by observing a child while they play. Children will interact with others during plays, which will allow me to know what they know, if he or she understood the various concepts that we had been discussing in class. I can also use visuals and simple vocabulary, and if I need to, I will also allow the children to respond in their home language, which might be easier for them to explain what is being asked from them. And question number 3, why is this important to me as a preschool teacher? It is important for me because the young children, as young as preschool kids are, they're just now developing their language. And not only one language, but as English learners, they're developing 2 languages at the same time, so while also learning the concepts. So I need to understand that language proficiency does, so I don't confuse a language delay with a lack of understanding, because children might understand but not be able to speak or make their point known. On the second reading, language objectives, the 3 things that I learned from reading that. Number 1, I learned that the content objectives work alongside language objectives. Content objectives focus on the understanding of the concept, while language objectives explains how children will communicate the understanding, such as summarizing or describing the concept. The second thing I learned was that language objectives are not only the vocabulary, but it also includes the functions and the structures that are being used. This means children must understand the grammar and the use of language in specific ways, such as more than just words. It's also it is the way those words are used to think and communicate academically. So one thing ties to the other. Another thing that I have learned from this reading was the way that language objectives can help teachers scheduling and planning their lesson plans. If plans are done in advance, teachers can use visuals and word banks to support the contents so the children The teachers can use support such as visuals and word banks to support the content so all children, regardless of their language proficiency, can participate in the lesson. Question number 2, how can I apply this to my knowledge? As a teacher, as a preschool teacher, I would link language with contents using simple, clear objectives. I would also teach language functions along with vocabulary by modeling language constantly. I would also have children repeat and practice new vocabulary words. And to provide the scaffolds, I would use objects, songs, and visuals and model language to children with simple sentence frame. Question number 3, why is this language proficiency important to me as a preschool teacher? I know language development is an essential part of learning, and I must be patient, especially with ELL students, as they might understand more than what they are able to say, and I need to know how to support them. So that's that. Bye.